Hello, and welcome to today's Demo Jam covering admin apps on the AppExchange. My name is Joshua Hoskins. I'm a Salesforce MVP. And joining me today is my lovely co-host, Amanda Nelson from the AppExchange. How's it going, Amanda?
Hello, Joshua. It is great to be here for today's Demo Jam. This is my favorite time. I love Demo Jams, and it's so great to be with you. And we have some amazing apps today, so it's going to be great.
We absolutely do have amazing apps. Before we get into displaying who the participants will be today, we want to remind you of a couple things. You're going to want to follow along live on Twitter using the hashtag DemoJam, and we're going to get started. So today's participants include OwnBackup, RevCult, Dun & Bradstreet, TimeTrade, and Copado. Now, it wouldn't be a Demo Jam if there weren't some rules, and today, sharing the rules with you is my pal, Amanda. Amanda, what are these rules all about?
Now, there aren't that many rules. There are just a few. The first rule is you only have 3 minutes to demo. That's right, 3 minutes. And we will be sending out a 30-second warning as well as a 3-minute warning via audio. You'll hear it loud and clear. And that means that your time is up. Also, there are no slides, nothing pre-recorded. These demos are live. Everything you're seeing is live. And lastly, there will be one winner chosen by you, the audience. We will be sharing a link towards the end of the Demo Jam, and you will be selecting your favorite demo, and that person will win the Demo Jam right here on this call. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Excited, now, can't wait to get started.
I love to say this, Joshua. Can I say it?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, let's get ready to rumble.
All right, and it's just like that, folks. We're off to our first contestants. Our first contestant is Copado. Copado is a release management application native to Salesforce. It enables admins and developers to push their changes through sandboxes up to production at lightning speed, all while enforcing version control, merge conflicts, and testing your metadata along the way. So ditch those change sets and realize 50% increase in the amount of features your team can deliver. Joining us today is Kevin. And Kevin, you've got 3 minutes to show us all that. How about that? You think you can do it?
I think so. Let's do it.
All right. Kevin, your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Perfect. Thanks. Those of you that are making changes to Salesforce probably have a release flow that looks something like this. Now, as you push your changes upstream with Copado, you'll be able to test your changes and resolve conflicts. Not to mention, all of these Git operations will be automated in the background, so forget the pain of dealing with a version control system. In Copado, we commit our work against user story records that have been synced from systems like Jira, Rally, and other ALM tools. And so here's an example of a user story with all the requirements to inform my work. And we always know where work is currently being done and where it needs to go next. And this gets everyone to follow a consistent merge process. Once I've finished creating my custom fields, workflows, objects, etc., in Dev 1, I simply click on Commit Changes to select my components. Now, if anyone's worked with change sets before, this is going to feel similar, but it's much faster and more intuitive. And we're assembling changes that will be committed to version control through points and clicks, so any role can begin using this right away. So as an example, maybe I just want to look into the custom objects and custom fields that I've made changes to in Dev 1. I can select those. I can type in some text here to query by account, and I can even sort by when these were modified most recently. And then, for example, I can select my demo settings object and a custom field. And then I simply click on Commit Changes in the top right. And that's it. Copado will now create a feature branch in your company's Git repository for these changes. And once we've committed changes, they'll also be logged against the user story in this sub-tab labeled Commits, and Copado will automatically flag metadata with potential conflicts to help team members resolve issues early on in the process. I can also run a number of tests right from the user story by clicking on this drop-down in the top right. But to keep it simple for now, let's assume that our work here is done and it's time to deploy these changes upstream. So to do that, I would leverage the pipeline manager, which informs me of the user stories that are ready to be deployed. So looking at my org dev 1 here, there are a total of 9. And when I click in, I can actually cherry pick the user stories that I want to include in this particular deployment. And to kick this off up to integration, I use the blue button in the top right. It's really that easy. And the same process continues for all the other orgs, as I can leverage the existing user stories and deploy them again and again up to production. And if you're sick of sandbox refreshes like I am, you can instead use our back deployment functionality, where you can click on a backwards facing arrow, select the user stories that you're behind on, and then sync your org up instantly with those changes. And lastly, because we're native to Salesforce, everything here is reportable right out of the box. Thank you.
Awesome. Kevin, it sounds like you've done a lot of practicing well within 3 minutes. So thank you very much for being under 3 minutes, but you did show like a lot of great functionality. This here is literally an admin's dream. I know you normally typically will have you at TDX, which is the developer conference for Salesforce, but I love here what you're showing is really what makes an admin happy. An admin's definitely going to be happy with collaborating with their developers, using user stories, using metadata components to actually really understand what's going into a release and really identifying those conflicts and components early versus on release day when you have it. So love what you had to show here. And I love the fact that everything's reportable. So great dashboards here as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Next
right,
up,
Amanda,
we have Dun and Bradstreet. Yes, Dun and Bradstreet's Optimizer for Salesforce. It's a native application that automatically refreshes leads, contacts, and accounts with insights from the Dun and Bradstreet Data Cloud. D&B Optimizer for Salesforce enriches data in real time and helps ensure continuous data hygiene to improve your team's ability to segment, target, and identify business opportunities. So this is really a great opportunity for admins to check out today. We have Relationship Manager Mitchell Saunders. Hey, Mitch, are you out there?
I'm out here. Thanks, Amanda.
All right. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Thanks again, Amanda. It's Mitch here from Dun & Bradstreet. We really appreciate Salesforce giving us a couple of seconds to show off our new application. We have a lot of empathy for Salesforce admins as we know how much time is spent on updating and maintaining customer data accuracy. Today, we're going to walk through setting up our data integration rules with the application, creating an account, and how we bring your data to life. Within the account optimization section, when we do the setup of the application, we're going to help you choose the confidence code threshold for a match. If you're not familiar with confidence codes, I can talk to that for hours, but put simply, it's how we grade ourselves on matching your input data to the D&B data cloud and assign it a DUNS number. Put less simply, it's our proprietary matching algorithm that leverages byte-for-byte analysis on each business element. To create a match at minimum, you need a business name and a country. From there, we're going to show you in the setup how you can choose which fields you want to let our attribution overwrite or what you want to freeze and control and how you implement that information, how you action that data. Next, we're going to show you when you create an account, how you instantaneously receive that attribution from D&B within that custom object where you control what's partitioned versus what's published on the account page. On that particular custom object, there are 90+ fields of attribution that we're going to enrich on that particular account. In the background, we're going to update every 15 days, but you're still going to be able to take advantage of the 4 to 7 million updates that are happening on a daily basis via the APIs connecting into the Lightning Data Service. Up next, we're going to show you a little bit about our duplicate dashboard. D&B has a strong stance on how we position our duplication based, of course, on the DUNS number, but also a heavy correlation it has to the role that they play within the hierarchy of the company. Within this dashboard, you can merge up to 13 duplicates into a singular master record. Next, on the Family Tree tab, we're going to show you what was just released in our recent update, where you have different tabs that will help you conform how D&B looks at linkage to how you have it within your own org. We'll give you recommendations that you don't have and also help you update ones that you do have and help you create your own custom secret sauce to how we have our own. That being said, we've said it before, we'll say it again, bad data in CRM is no bueno. We looked at a sample company with 100 sales reps who spent about an hour a day on account research. Over the course of a year, that's equivalent to 6 full times that you're throwing out the window. Not the people, but the dollars, right? So we all definitely agree that growth does not happen without Salesforce, and we're going to optimize your path to success. To see the impact that data is having in your organization, we encourage you to check out our new ROI calculator at dnb.com. Thanks very much.
Just about 15 seconds remaining. Great job on that. You know, you showed so much, and what I really liked was being able to gauge the health of your data in a visual way, bringing in this dashboard to kind of bring all of what you're talking about together in one streamlined approach. I love how you're able to really segment and organize the data, as well as bring in your own enrichment capabilities to append the data and make sure that it is the most robust data that it can be. So great job, and really appreciate being able to see the latest and greatest in your technology during today's demo jam. That's a really special opportunity for today's attendees. So thank you so much for that demo.
Thanks, Amanda.
Okay. Next up, we've got OwnBackup. OwnBackup is one of the best rated apps in the IT management category on the AppExchange, offering independent backup, recovery, replication, and management solution. OwnBackup is the solution to ensure that you never lose data while operating in the cloud, providing data protection, peace of mind. That all sounds great, guys, but what's the importance of backing up Salesforce data? Doesn't it do it for you?
Thanks, Joshua. Actually, that's a really great question, because in the event of a data loss or corruption, it could take an end user weeks or even months to fully recover. Christine, why don't we pull up our demo jam campaign and open that fact sheet?
All right, let me search for that. I don't see it here. Are you sure it's in here?
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, it's not in here.
Can we check the backup?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go hop on over to OwnBackup. OwnBackup, we're an independent web app. Here we can see a multi-org dashboard where we can see all of our different environments in one place. Let's go ahead and drill into my production data. Let's go use my dashboard to see on the campaigns object if there's been anything deleted in the last week. And Eric, it looks like there's been a campaign deleted yesterday. Do you have any idea why that could have happened?
Oh boy, Christine, I was doing a little cleanup.
Really? Right before the demo jam? Come on, man.
Sorry.
Well, lucky for you, I can go ahead and click on the latest backup. Let's filter on the campaigns object. There's our one removed campaign. Let's go ahead and kick this process back into Salesforce.
Wow, that's really amazing. So one of the key features of the OwnBackup platform is that we restore the records as well as all of their relationships. We analyze the data, and as you'll see here, even though only one campaign was deleted, we may also have lost attachments, and that would probably be the fact sheet we're looking for.
Yep, that's right. Let's go ahead and get this started. It might take a minute or so for it to execute.
Okay, awesome. While that's running, can we show some other features? Our find utility is really awesome and makes it very easy to search the archives.
Yeah, absolutely. Instead of restoring from the backup, I can go right to our find utility. I can select one of our environments that's being backed up and search in any point in time. So if you think you deleted it yesterday, let's go back to a snapshot from yesterday and just run a search for the demo jam campaign.
This will search all the backups within a specific time frame. How's our restore looking?
Yeah, let's go ahead and check up on that restore. It looks like it is still processing, but we should probably have some data back in our system already. So let's go ahead and run that search for the demo jam campaign. Here we go. Here's the campaign, and that must be the fact sheet that we're looking for.
Unbelievable. So in just 3 minutes, we were able to analyze, find, and restore all of that data.
Nice. And actually 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Great job, guys. You know, what I love about OwnBackup is just you've got so much functionality built in there. You've got the backup, you've got the compare, you've got the recover, you've got the replicate, and you've also got the governance piece, which is the comply piece. And the fact that the UI is just super slick, it's not complicated mumbo jumbo. It's like the right things in the right places, even with status indicators. I, for once, have seen OwnBackup grow over the years, and it's great to see you guys polishing your UI. I love what you guys have done in Lightning, and best of all, being independent of Salesforce and being able to make sure that we've got like another peace of mind that our data can be restored, and so that you have like redundancy, right? I think that's probably the best word for it. So thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate the demo.
Thank you.
All right, that was a great one. And next up, we have another great one with RevCult. RevCult gives admins the compliance reports to prove they're set up Salesforce with all the appropriate security controls. To put it bluntly, RevCult gets InfoSec and compliance off your back, allowing you to go faster to support your line of business. So today we'll see how admins can, within minutes, see and classify all of the data living in their org and ensure the wrong people don't have access to the wrong info. Yeah, that could be a challenge for sure. So, and really, they're going to do this within minutes. We've got Devin Bushweller here. He is a customer success representative at RevCult. Hello, Devin. How are you?
Super. Thanks, Amanda. I'm great. Thanks for the intro. And yeah, looking forward to getting started here. So I want to tell a little story about my friend Admin Andy. And Admin Andy has InfoSec and compliance breathing down his neck about securing the data living in the platform. And Admin Andy gets a call from Compliance Carly on a Friday afternoon and says, "Stop. No more using Salesforce until we understand all the sensitive data living in the platform." So quickly, Admin Andy thinks, how can I do that? And he remembers that using the RevCult data classification capability, he can see all his fields in one central location for all his objects. Now, we can also filter down by classification levels. So our internal framework, if we knew that confidential and private was our sensitive information living in the platform, Admin Andy knows that's what he needs to provide to Compliance Carly. So quickly, in one view, we can filter down and see all the sensitive, confidential, and private fields that are living in our org. And Admin Andy then would export this to a CSV, and it's off to Compliance Carly. Now, after sending Compliance Carly all the sensitive data that's living in our org, Compliance Carly calls again and says, how do we ensure that our interns do not have access to credit card information and social security numbers? So first, Admin Andy needs to make sure that social security numbers and credit card numbers have been classified accordingly. So now if we search on social security number, it's going to search across the data type, the developer name, and the object name and pull up anything with social number here, and we can see that is classified as confidential. And lastly, we'll do credit card number. And same thing, that's been classified as confidential. Now moving into the RevCult Who Sees What Explorer, we know that on a customer object, we're tracking social security numbers and credit card information. So we can pull up that object, and right now we can see all the users who have any levels of access to this specific object. Now I'm going to filter down by high-risk fields, which is in tying in those data classification capabilities here with confidential and private information. So our credit card information, we have intern Ian and intern Isaac. They both have read and edit access. And why is that? That's because they've been assigned a standard user profile. Now this link would take you right in to perform the remediation to adjust that profile or the permission set. Now lastly here, we're going to look specifically at intern Ian on a user lens. And through our user lens, all of intern Ian's permissions will come up for every field under every object here, so we can look specific to all the permissions he has across our org. And that is it for tying in data classification to user access management.
Wow, right at the buzzer. That was perfect. We did not have to play the loud, obnoxious sound at the 3-minute mark. We were close. I had my finger on the button. What a great job today, RevCult. What I liked is that you thought of all the different types of users, their experiences, what they should see, what they shouldn't see, and made it bubbled up in a way that the admin can really get a sense of the of what's going on and who sees what. This will save a lot of time and effort. It makes the admin's world much more productive. And I just really think that it's a clean, simple way to pull that information together. And, we all know intern Ian and admin Andy or all the other names. So it's great that, that's pulled together. So great job on today's demo.
Thanks, Amanda.
All right, we've got our last but not least demoer up, right, Joshua?
We do, but just a quick reminder for everyone on the call, you're going to want to stick around because in just a few moments, as soon as TimeTrade has their fair share of time, which is 3 minutes and only 3 minutes, we're going to open up voting, and you're going to be allowed to vote for your best presenter, whoever you think has done the best job demo jamming today. We've got a lot of great people. All right, so next up is going to be TimeTrade. So TimeTrade is an intelligent appointment scheduling solution built on the Force.com platform. TimeTrade enables users to create and share live scheduling invitations that reflect their real-time Outlook or Gmail calendar availability. TimeTrade TimeTrade captures prospects at the height of interest and eliminates the frustrating email and phone tag that plays the sales cycle. TimeTrade solution is used by marketing, sales, and support reps at the world's most innovative companies. TimeTrade has received over 100 5-star reviews on the Salesforce AppExchange and continues to be the industry leader in appointment scheduling. Joining us today, we've got Michael from TimeTrade, who is the partner manager. Michael, you're out there.
Yes, Josh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Michael, you've got 3 minutes to show us everything that we just mentioned about TimeTrade. I'm excited to see it. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Thanks, Josh. My name is Michael Raccio. Think about all the times your sales or customer service reps have stared at their phones or emails waiting for a prospect or customer to reply to them. Think about the number of opportunities that have been stalled or lost due to scheduling conflicts. We solve that issue. Our app syncs with your users' Outlook or Gmail calendar availability so they can present when they're free. So let's start. I'm currently on Branson Carlton's contact record. Click Book Meeting to launch a TimeTrade invitation. First, I need to identify where the meeting is taking place. I can insert a dynamic web conference link or list a phone number or physical address. Next, I'll set my availability window. I can show my availability over the indefinite future or show my availability over the next week, 2 weeks, or month using a rolling window, or present my availability over a date range, or even paint specific time slots to be a custom availability. For this demo, I'll use a 2-week rolling window. Next, I need to identify who the attendees are. By default, TimeTrade will include me and the contact I had selected. However, I can add anyone else who may be required or optional. For this meeting, I'd need my colleague Bill on the sales team, a solutions architect, in a conference room. And once the attendees are added, TimeTrade will compute the mutual times everyone required is available. And lastly, I'll add a 15-minute recovery time to prevent back-to-back meetings. I can now send the invitation to the prospect. Branson, who is the fictional prospect in this scenario, will receive an email and be prompted to schedule a time. And remember, only the dates and times that work for everyone will be shown. And within a few clicks, Branson can choose a date and time and schedule the meeting, and everyone will be notified and a placeholder is put on everyone's calendar. If I wanted to embed an invitation on my email signature or my LinkedIn or a marketing campaign or a cadence, I can create a public link. Public links only include internal attendees. And once I set the parameters for the public invitation, I can save it. And then I can copy and paste the URL wherever I need to. And this is what the page looks like for when a prospect opens a public invitation. Lastly, I can embed a TimeTrade link on a website, and using TimeTrade's routing functionality, we can even route based on region or product, and that will actually route to the appropriate sales rep. So in conclusion, we solve a problem that everyone faces. Your marketing, business development, sales, and customer support teams can now eliminate calendar tag. Please contact us to discuss how we can help you revolutionize the way you schedule meetings with your prospects and customers.
Great job. You are just under that 3-minute mark. So much to see with TimeTrade, making it super easy to schedule those meetings and doing it all in Salesforce to really streamline not just your scheduling process, but your entire sales cycle, making sure your salespeople are much more organized and feel that they are empowered to get the job done in a more productive way. So great job. I love when a solution is quick, simple, to the point, making it very clear what you do and how you do it, and just making admins' lives easier, which is the goal. So great job to TimeTrade.
Thank you for your kind words,
Joshua.
Amanda.
Oh yes, of course. Joshua, what time is it?
It's voting time, Amanda. We want you guys to get out your web browsers, and on the screen, you will see a link that is case sensitive, etc.ch/k, capital C, S as in Sam, lowercase p. Voting will be open for 3 minutes. Amanda, we've got some questions out there to get answered. Some people want some questions answered. Let's do this.
Yeah, they do. And I'm really excited about these questions because, they were popping in throughout the chat. And obviously, if anyone has any questions now, feel free to keep putting them in there. But I want to start back up at the top with Copado for a moment. Now, we learned a lot about how they are moving changes through sandbox to production super quickly for admins, making it easy for them to build. The question that we got from them is, when you're deploying metadata like profiles, do you offer any tools or support to do that?
Yeah, certainly. There's a bunch of tools built right into Copado for handling some of those trickier pieces of metadata that are, XML, really big, like profiles, permission sets, roles, those sorts of things, where it's actually doing a Delta deployment. It's looking and seeing the actual changes that you made to the profile and only deploying those distinct changes as opposed to trying to slap a whole profile over the existing one, which is where you start running into conflicts and overwrites.
Perfect. Thank you. Definitely have the jobs to get it, tools to get the job done. The Dun & Bradstreet, the next question is, if you previously had data.com or something similar like that, can you use that same functionality, or is Dun & Bradstreet separate?
Great question, Amanda. Thanks for that. So there's some nuance there, right? So data.com is a portion of a Salesforce partnership that's actually going into retirement, or call it sunsetting, if you will, where data.com is not going to be offered in the future. But today, Salesforce is publishing some, guidance on the community, right, within the Trailblazer sites around different choices. If you're, used to using D&B already, where you have a DUNS number on your accounts, if you use our hierarchies and our family tree information, or revenue and employee figures or line of business attribution from Dun & Bradstreet, that would be something that we would recommend you want to keep. If, that's of course something that we would love to talk to you about more, and happy to take that on another call if there's that opportunity to talk further. Thank you.
Great. All right. Question. And now, folks, you can only vote once, so please make sure you're voting. Get your favorite app demo in there. If you have any questions about the voting process or anything like that, feel free to pop it in the chat. All right. The next question is for RevCult. The question is, if somebody is reporting that a user is editing information that they shouldn't be able to see, what do you do about that?
Yeah, so through the Who Sees What Explorer, that's where the lens view helps, and through any of the lenses, you can have a granular view into the permissions on what you're looking for. So if we'd like to see why a group of users can edit a certain field on a specific object, then the object lens, you would search for like the customer's object that I used in the demo, and see what group of users has what respective access to that object. Now, if there was per se a malicious user, and we want to see why a specific user could see a certain field, then we would use the user lens to search for that specific user. And then lastly, one thing we can also do is a lens through viewing the system permissions, where if we want to see everyone in our org who has the modify all data permission, we can quickly search on that as well. So it depends on what you're looking for and can be answered by any of the lenses through the Who Sees What Explorer.
Perfect. The last question for TimeTrade, what do you support multiple time zones, and how does that work?
Yeah, great question. We do. So the way it works is we look at your browser and we identify based on your browser what your time zone is. So, and then we'll convert your time zone to whatever time zone the meeting organizer is in as well. So that would never be an issue.
Great.
And we
thought of
to
everything.
clarify, we even identify when the invitation goes out, what the prospect's time is and what the meeting organizer's time is. There's no confusion whatsoever.
Great. All right, Joshua, do you think we have a winner here?
I do. And yeah, I mean, it's been really great having all of these folks and participants demo jam to us. It's really fantastic to see all of the great functionality that each of these apps offer, as well as the time and dedication that we didn't have to boo anyone off today, or because they exceeded time limits. So that was great. Cool. All right. So the winner of the App Demo Jam for Admin Apps of August 2019 is Dun & Bradstreet. Congratulations, Dun & Bradstreet. Michael, you're out there? I'm sorry, Mitchell, are you out there? Mitch,
Yes, I'm here.
would you like to do a short little congratulations speech?
Sure. Yeah, thanks to the team members that listened to me practice numerous times over the past couple of days. Really appreciate the votes. Thank you, guys.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today, Mitch. And before we go, just a couple of small updates. Amanda, what's coming up?
Yeah, we've got some more exciting demo jams. If you enjoyed today's demo jam, you are already registered. So join us same time, same place next month. We will be covering sales apps on September 19. But in the meantime, you can enjoy demo jams happening all over. In World Tour LA, we have a demo jam on August 28th. And then we are going to be at Northeast Dreamin'. I'll be there, 'cause that's my neck of the woods, September 16 and 17 with 2 demo jams, which is going to be really fun. So thank you to all of our partners today, our participants, and thank you to those attending online to watch it. This will be available on YouTube within 24 hours, and we hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
That's a wrap. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.